Excellent. So again, if we don't recognize that transformation, we'll just kind of try to do what it says. So I'll label my original points A, B, C, and D, and I'll write down, this color might be a little obnoxious, let's write down our A, B, C, and D. So A is at 2, 0, B is at 2, 5, C is at 4, 5, and D is at 4, 0. And then they're telling me to change the sign of X and change the sign of Y. Negative X, negative Y. So my new ordered pairs, I'm going to change the sign of X. Changing the sign of 0 doesn't do anything, right? Change the sign of X and change the sign of Y. Change the sign of X, change the sign of Y. Change the sign of X, change the sign of Y. 0 just stays put. And so if I graph these new ordered pairs, negative 2, 0, negative 2, negative 5, negative 4, negative 5, negative 4, 0. So there he is. And then our original one is this thing here. And if we wanted to talk about that, this actually ends up being, it's not, a little sneaky. Let me show you where these ordered pairs ended up, right? This was A, this was B, this was C, and this was D. So without those labeled, it might be tempting to say that it was a translation, that it just got shoved to the left and down. But notice that if it simply got shoved to the left and down, then this B would have been here, and it ended up down there. Same thing with the C, ended up down there. So the orientation did change. So it wasn't just a straight up translation. And what it ends up being, and you can see it's not a reflection, just one reflection either. So we've got another rotation going on. And if we have a rotation, let's grab point A from the origin, and then grab the new A from the origin again. And then that angle that we made isn't a 90 degree anymore, it's a 180. So it was 180 degree rotation, and it doesn't matter whether you say 180 counterclockwise or 180 clockwise, you end up the same spot. So 180 degree rotation, a lot of teachers will make you say about the origin because it was about the origin. And there you go. And yeah, and so we see that when you change the sign of both the X and the Y, you end up getting a 180 degree rotation around the origin. And we can see that on this sheet as well. So, pen stopped working. So if you rotate 180 degrees around, you can change the sign of both. So 2, 5 would become negative 2, negative 5, for example. And in general, x, y would become negative x, negative y. And that's that.